and welcome along. This is Virtual Farmer, and with nothing to do on the farm for the last couple of months, we have moved forward to July. Our crops are ready to harvest, but oh my lord, I think the realistic weather mod might be busted. We have 0.074 moisture in this. We are well below the ideal moisture, and we are, well, our withering chance is high at the moment. Current yield is 97.5, so it's not horrible, but we have this. We have so many patches in our field, and I can show you here on the PDA. Look at this. These two fields are decimated, or this field here is decimated. 32, which still has a month's growth to go. That is the sorghum. That is absolutely decimated, and we've got lots of bits out of the oats as well. So yeah, it just seems really weird about how it does. I know it does areas, but you can see here where we've just got fields where we've got areas that are completely untouched, and then the areas that are just massively damaged. And I'm not sure this mod is currently working as intended. It seems very harsh. And as we discovered last time, you can't really irrigate these fields. There's no real way to do it. And so you're massively at the mercy of the elements. But these are well beyond the kind of level of moisture that the mod should let them get to. So I have a feeling that I'm going to have to not move forward with the realistic weather mod, which is a pity because there are some very nice features to it. But it just doesn't seem to work properly. Right, we are going to be doing some harvest today. We've got a brief shower on the way, which actually might help us get closer to ideal moisture in our crops, which is a little bit weird, but that is kind of the way it's going to go. So the first thing I'm going to do is pull out the header. We will get harvested today the oats and the wheat, and just get those into our windmill for processing. We want to create a load more flour. We still need to get a load more money. In fact, I'm very tempted to borrow the money to get ourselves the bakery in the next couple of days. We want to be producing stuff from the bakery, and I'm going to do a massive sell-off of everything we've produced on the farm in the final video. So that's where we're headed with all of that. There we go. It's only one thing of grape juice. We've got a few bits of cheese and butter. Just want to check what the feed level is like on our cows. Meadow is at 1,500 liters. Food is at 48,000. So yeah, we're good. We're absolutely fine. Right, let's back the combine off then and unfold it. And then just gonna back the header trailer back into the shed. We don't actually go very far with the header trailer. It sits in this shed most of the time. And yeah, we can then go get the trailer on the T7 here and be ready to cart. I don't think we're going to be carting much today, though. I think the yield off of these fields here is going to be pretty appalling. One thing I do need to do before we get the combine going is we will just pop down the bottom, get the fuel tank refueled. Or refilled, get the combine refueled, because otherwise we are going to get halfway through it and discover that we can't do anything. Here comes the rain. It's going to be a short period of rain, thankfully. Shouldn't last too long. Turn this off and refuel it if I can. Don't think I'm in quite the right position here. Let's back it up. I need to get a little bit closer, right about here-ish, maybe. Let's try that. There we go. And refuel the combine. Shouldn't take too long for this rain to pass. And actually, I'm going to take the opportunity to get our N series Voltra out and refill the straw in the cow stables while it's tipping down with some rain. That will give us an opportunity to sort them out. We have got part of a bale left in here, so we'll bring that under and hopefully get it working. Turn it on. No, it's a bit weird. It should just blast these into here. Dip side straw blower. Oh, maybe there's nothing in this bale. That is incredibly possible. Bale has 0 liters of straw. Yeah, that is essentially an empty bale. I'm not sure. Do you know what? I really think that this realistic weather mod is not working right. That bale has been undercover in here and is down to 0. Anything I don't have in my storage shed apparently hits 0. That is not good. And yeah, we won't be using that mod going forwards, unfortunately. It's such a nice idea to it, but it just doesn't seem to work properly. Unfortunately, it's yeah, it's got a massive issue. So instead, we'll get that disabled when we go to Oakbridge. That way we'll be doing okay. We want to get this the other side of here though, so that we can load it up fairly easily and get some straw into the cows. You can see already the straw level on these bales is dropping fast in this rain. That is, yeah, that is ridiculous. Oh, I so wanted this to be a good mod. So love the idea of it, and it doesn't work as it should. It's way too harsh with pretty much everything. I think if it was a lot more subtle, then it would be a much better mod than it is. Right, we have only 4,991 litres in here. It is dropping due to the rain. We are going to bring it round here, though, and turn this on. Empty all these out. And yes, I've got the bale that has 0 in it here. That way, that should clear it out of here without too much hassle. We'll see if it actually works or whether we just have to dump it somewhere else. But it's a bale that's very annoying. There we go. And then second one, and I don't think the third is actually going to go in that case because it's not automatically got rid of it. Yep, it's still there and it thinks there's 0. That's not good. And I think it's not going to take all of this second bale of this second lot. Yeah, in fact, it hasn't. So we'll go and put this back into the storage. I've learnt my lesson there. If I don't stick the bale back in the storage, it ends up completely disappearing or completely being emptied. And I'll go and put the Ravage back, and hopefully the rain here is going to clear in the not too distant future. Just gone 11 o'clock and the rain is beginning to clear. The moisture level in the crop has increased, but it's still way below 1%, still way below its perfect level. I'm hoping that I might be able to get the harvester harvesting this without having too much issue. Even with the rain apparently still falling a bit, it's going to make no difference whatsoever. And this is where I think the mod has issues, because this moisture level that it's showing deep in the red, we've had rain. We should have too much moisture in the crop now. Yeah, and the withering chance is 31%. I need to get this harvested and done now. Our crops have been completely decimated by this mod, and it's unfortunate because as I said before, I love the idea of this mod. It is a fantastic idea to have moisture and stuff like that in it, but it goes to a level that's unfortunately just too far. So let's start up combine. Harvesting when it rains reduces yield, although I think it stopped. Let's give it another go. It is still, yeah, it still thinks it's raining, and finally the rain has finished. Right, let's get ourselves the steering assist on. Do we have straw swath turned on? We want to enable that, so that's enabled. Right, let's get into this field and start cutting some crop. I have no idea. Oh wow, that is not going up very fast and is going up really patchy. Kinda like the field, actually. I don't think this is gonna do well at all. This looks really bad. Oh wow, we've only got 20% of a tank at this point in the field. Is just very, very poor. I think there's some room here to look for something else. I think a moisture. I've talked about a moisture mechanic in Farm Sim before, and wanting to see some sort of moisture mechanic. This, unfortunately, I don't think is it. I think this is way too harsh. This is well beyond what I would expect. It's not like we've had an exceptionally dry year, or we've had an exceptionally blizzardy year or anything on the farm here. It's been a very sort of regular year with an even amount of weather, and I think if you have a year like that, you shouldn't end up with fields like this. The moisture level on here where we are is unrealistic. You wouldn't get down to that kind of level of moisture, so yeah, you'd have dead crops at that point. So I think something has gone wrong in the calculations to make it turn out as bad as this, or at least I hope something has gone wrong in the calculations, because otherwise this seems to be working as it is intended to, which makes the mod almost unusable. Or to put it another way, this is how I would expect my fields to look if the drought condition came up at the top. If we'd had that, if this had told me that over the summer, or over, you know, that we'd hit a drought, absolutely fine. I could handle that. That would make sense. To have gone all the way around that headland and have only 38% of the tank full just seems ridiculous. Down to the back end of the field, and finally we've hit half a tank full. I think we might, if we're lucky, hit 80% full by the end of this second headland. I'm thinking it might be closer to 70% though. We'll see how it pans out. Coming up to the end of the headland, and yeah, this is weird. We are at 75% full. I would have expected to have had a full tank off here, but just the pure destruction that you can see in this crop shows what has happened. We just don't have the crop here. There's going to be enough to make a decent amount of flour, but it is a field that has been utterly decimated. by the weather. And I was very much hoping that we might get this and the oats done today, but I don't know if the weather has scuppered that as well. We have... we might be all right. We're making good progress on this field. It's only been an hour and a half, and we have managed to get a good chunk of this field cut already. We're not into the main part of it. We've still got sort of this fiddly bit here to clear. But once we cleared this, I think we're going to be okay. Of great interest to us is that there is a great demand at the dairy. If this is a great demand for milk, that would be fantastic. Milk does not seem to be it. Let's have a quick look. We're looking for a blue arrow, and it's for buffalo milk, of which we have absolutely none. So, yep, that is of no use to us whatsoever either. Combine is almost full. I think we'll come back down this next row and empty, although we're at 97%. That is a huge amount of this field I've harvested before I've got anywhere near a full combine. That is slightly worrying. I really don't know how much I'm going to get off here. We might get 16,000 litres of wheat if we're lucky, but at the moment this is, oh wow, this is looking to fall far short of where I would like it to be. So let's bring the tractor and trailer under and get this emptied. There we go. That is under there and emptying. And yeah, that's just 8,000 litres off what must be half this field. That is... I keep using the word disappointing, but that's exactly what it is. That is only going to make us, through the production here with wheat flour, there's the wheat flour, 5 times wheat to 4 flour. So yeah, that is, my maths is failing me. That's about 7,000 liters of flour, just over, I think 7,200 liters of flour, basically. That is yeah, not as much as I would like to have seen from this field. We're up to 31%, having got most of the way into the cut-in and reaching the longest part of the field. I'm not even sure we're going to have 2 full tanks off this. This is a disaster, an absolute disaster. We needed so much more from this field than we're getting. I wonder if I can go and have I might go and have a look at the mod and see if, like with the real-time model, the in-game time usage mod, I wonder if I can tweak it so that it's not quite so so harsh, because it is really weird that it is this harsh. For the last section of this field, we've got 8 rows, so I'm going to do a cut in here on the 4th row, and we'll do this. We've just hit 50% full. We got just about 50% full actually off that last cut in, so it's possible that we might get a full tank off here, but this is also part of the field that's been hit pretty hard by this loss of crop due to the moisture levels. We've actually managed to hit 80% with this. That is better than I expected. We may end up actually emptying before we hit the end of the last row, so that's very good news. We've got 3 rows left, so we're going to end in the middle of the field. We're doing good numbers. We're going to get, I think we're going to get that, we're going to get the full tank that we want to get on here, and should be able to do that. I think as well I'm gonna borrow the money and we're gonna get the bakery, because if we can do that, then we will be nicely set up should we get through the end of this harvest or not, which we should do. I can't see us not getting through, but I'd like to start getting our flour into the bakery, start making some bread and getting ourselves into the right position. We're about 160 liters short of a full tank coming to this end of the field, but I'm going to empty here, and then we'll go and position the tractor and trailer at the end of the last row so that we can basically just drive up and empty, and we're gonna have more than 2 tanks, which is good. I was really worried. I definitely thought for a moment there we weren't going to get at least 16,000 liters off this field. We have got that, so we are going to hit the 16,000 liters, but we're not going to be much beyond it. So there's currently 15,832 liters in our tractor and trailer. We will end up with, wow, probably maximum of another 1,000 liters. It's not even going to be that much, maybe 800 liters on top of that. So about 16,800-ish liters. No, I don't even think it's going to be that. Let's just finish this off, and just 10 more liters, and there we go. That is it done. Let's see how much we've actually got in the trailer. 16,478 liters. So just under 500 liters of a full tank. That is very concerning. And I'm hoping that when we attack the oats tomorrow, we haven't lost any more crop from them, because that is going to be really bad if we have. I'm also hoping there's enough width down this road down the side here for me to get down there and get the combine set up. But I'll get everything set up, we'll get everything in position, and I think, yeah, next time we are going to look and see if we can get the bakery and get ourselves set up ready to make the flour to make the bread we need from the flour, and finish things off. But now though, I'm gonna leave this here, so I will see you on the next one. Thank you for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Huge thank you as well to all of my patrons and channel members. These videos are only made possible thanks to your support. If you want more from Virtual Farmer, please check out the videos on screen now, or subscribe for more. And I will see you next time.